Hello everybody, my name is Hako and welcome into my channel. Today we're gonna be taking a look at why you can't win in Eternal Return or mistakes that you're guaranteed to make. And hey, everybody likes lists that goes from 1 to 10. So I'm gonna give you 10 of them with a little extra one at the end that I think might just be the most important one. Let's get to it. The first mistake you're making in Eternal Return is that you are not focusing on the map objectives. What do I mean by map objectives? I mean the Tree of Lives, I mean the meteorites, I mean the alphas, the omegas, I mean the wick line, I mean the combat zones. You and your team are mindlessly farming somewhere else while all of this is going on. And this is something I've noticed while playing with people that oftentimes if you don't provide some sort of guidance like, hey, this is spawning here at this and this time, they will just happily be happy with just farming something in the police station while the objectives are spawning and there's nowhere close by. Stop with this. Be mindful that you see where any of the map objectives spawn 1 minute before they actually spawn and make sure to be there on time. And this leads into tip number 3 or mistake number 3 that we'll get to. Alright, mistake number 2. You take stupid fights. What do I mean by stupid fights? Fights you can't win. That's a stupid fight. And how do you know if you can't win them? Well, it comes with a little bit of game knowledge, but also it's oftentimes very easy to tell. Are you level 10 and the enemy you're looking at level 12? Chances are that that's a stupid fight. Also, if you click on the enemy, you can see how much items they have. Do their carry have 4 items completed, while yours is sitting at 2 or 1 or none? Then that's probably also a stupid fight to take. And lastly, team comp. Are you does their team have an advantage just based on the champions they're playing? This can be hard to know if you're new to the game, but you will quickly kind of learn trial and error what champs just obliterates your champ. I like playing Katja. She's a ranged AD carry, quite squishy. She doesn't want people jumping on her. So if it's a team of people that really have a really easy time jumping on her, chances are I'm not gonna want to take that fight. Number 3, too much dead time. And I would almost say that I said that number 11 would be the most important one, but this one is super important. Too much dead time. And in Eternal Return, you always want to be doing something. You always need to have a plan. What are we doing? Where are we going? Etc, etc. If a meteorite is spawning kind of where your team is standing in 45 seconds, you absolutely do not want to just stand around waiting for those 45 seconds. Go check if there's any monsters nearby, etc. And also, that's also why you want to be mindful when you enter a new zone. Do you see fresh bodies of the animals there? Do you see freshly killed bears that have just started the respawn timer? Get out. Find another zone. Because if you're gonna run around that looking for some little bat they might have missed, dude, you're gonna be so far behind it's not even funny. Try to cut down the amount of dead time. Always be heading towards something. Always have a plan. Have a farming route in mind. Because dead time leads to you falling behind. Falling behind leads to that every fight becomes a bad fight. And so on. And it also makes it so you can't contest objectives. Number 4. Not communicating. So, Eternal Return has an in-game voice chat. It has an extensive ping system, and it has a chat you can type in. Why are you not communicating? Like, let's be very real now. The voice chat is so underused. I think I've encountered like 3 randoms that have actually like spoken to me when I'm trying speaking with them, which is absurd because everybody, like, if you're playing on your PC, you have a headset, right? Right? Use the mic, goddammit. And if not the mic, use the pings, use the chat, communicate a little bit. You have all the time in the world to like type in champion selection, and then what's the official room that you get put in while you wait for all the players to load in, and then you get put to an island. There is so much time to like kind of talk, kind of like decide a strategy. Like, no, I'm gonna be lone wolf. Like, I'll group up. So and so. Just talk, communicate, or at least ping. At least ping your intention. Communicate. Number 5. Not knowing all the champions. And I'm guilty of this myself. I'm still fairly new to the game. And one of the biggest things you can do if you want to get better at the game is try and play other champions. When I started out, I had no idea what anybody did except like the 2 champions I had done played. As I'm playing more and more, I'm expanding my knowledge of the game and expanding my knowledge around the champions. One of my first mains in the game was Jackie. And now when I go up against a Jackie, I know perfectly well how Jackie works, when I should be using this and that. I know that she's super susceptible to being kited and to CC. Champions like Shuichi, I've never touched them myself. I just know that they go pop, 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 and my entire team is dead. And that makes it much harder to play against Shuichi because I still don't fully understand Shuichi. So expand your knowledge on champions, and this can be done either by like talking with people that actually play these champions, watching breakdown videos that explains the champions, or in the best of cases, play them yourself. Play them, feel them out, learn them in order to counteract them. Know thine enemy. Number 6. You haven't found your champion. You haven't found a champion that clicks with you, that complements your playstyle. Normally, I'm very much like, I like to be bruiser, like to just dive in, unga bunga, either I die or they die. That's generally my playstyle in these type of games. But I found my love in kind of like the more squishy bruiser-ish. I started out with Jackie, went to Kathy, went to Sebame, and finally landed in Katja. And Katja is... I don't usually like playing ADC in like League, but Katja is just... She's just right for me. And as soon as like they released her, I started playing her, I'm like, this champion just clicks. And if you haven't found the champion that just like clicks for you, in terms of what their abilities do and what their role are, keep on searching. Keep on searching. Like, it's like finding love. You know it's right when you find it. So yeah. 7. Your team comp sucks. Fair and square. If you have a bad team comp, you are gonna have such a hard time to win games. Now, this might be fine. Like, you might not care so much about the win, but maybe then this video isn't for you. But knowing how to like build a 3-man team, super important. Like, are you gonna be playing 3 AD carries? Might work, but probably won't. Same with like a team of squishes. You like, if you have AD carries, you kind of want someone to peel in front of them. You want an Alonso, etc. Work on your team comp. Expand your pool of champions. And this is especially important if you're playing with randoms, because they tend to load into the champion select, immediately pick their champion, and then everybody just basically picks what they want. And then just locks in, and then you go. If you have a wider knowledge of more champions to play, you can more easily improve your team comp. For example, I didn't really play any frontliners, which turned into a problem because the team I usually play with, they weren't playing frontliners either. And I felt it a little bit hypocritical if I were to put that on them. Like, oh no, you must play tank. So I took it on me. Okay, I will learn some tankier characters. So I learned Vanya, I learned Kiara. I know they are more heavy bruisers, but hey, they work in the front line. So yeah, number 7, your team comp sucks. Work on that. Then number 8, not using a loadout. So this one is pretty simple. Of course, you're using a loadout, but you're not using an optimized loadout. You go in with what the game tells you is like recommended, and a lot of times you will get a suboptimal build. What you instead want to do is go into loadout, search for a loadout, and save that loadout, and then make sure that that loadout stays updated. Super important, was a real game changer when someone told me, hey, this is how you do it. I'll try to show it on screen as well so you can follow along. Number 9, and this is one that a lot of players and teams are guilty of. Not using wards. I've seen so many people not even looting the bats. And maybe the problem is you don't even know that you can loot the bats. So every bat in the game can drop a ward, or gunpowder, or binoculars. Other things can also drop binoculars. But I think only the bats can drop the actual wards. So, wards from bats, then you can take binoculars from anywhere. Although the drop chance of the binoculars on the bats are also high. You combine the standard ward with a binocular, you get a green telephotographic camera. Has a much wider vision range. Use wards for the love of God. Especially if you're in a vulnerable position. If you're gonna be shopping, put out a perimeter. The amount of time you get jumped while shopping is insane, because every time you use the shop, every enemy around you gets a loud noise notification, get an exclamation mark that, hey, there's a team at this shop, and a lot of the time strong enemy teams will capitalize on that, and they will come to murder you. Use wards. Super, super important. Number 10. Hoarding gold. Big no-no. If you die while you're carrying 500 gold, that's absolutely useless. And chances are that you would still be alive, kicking, cooking pizzas, shooting boars, if you instead have bought a force core and a meteorite, or like whatever, or finish 2 more items instead of dying with all that gold. So don't be too afraid of spending. And a lot of people will hoard for blood, while they shouldn't. If your team is not massively ahead and you're getting a lot of map objectives, saving 500 gold for night 3 is, in my opinion, not the way to go. Then you would be much better off, or like you are much better off just building your cheaper items. And then blood is a nice bonus. Don't hoard your gold. Spend it, level yourself up. If you're about to go into a battle zone, make sure that you shopped before, so that you are as strong as you can be, in order, like, see it as an investment. Investment is in you, make you stronger so you have a chance of actually getting that battle zone. And that will in turn make you stronger. And number 11, secret number 11. You're playing without a skin. Are you insane? There are so many good skins, and if you are playing without one, you're just asking to lose. I'm kidding. Actual number 11 is getting tilted. And I'll say this is the bane of any competitive game. if you feel yourself getting tilted, step away, do something else. Just reset yourself mentally, distance yourself, and just back to zero before you go again. Getting tilted will cause you to make mistakes, it will cause you to be frustrated, and it will cause you to lose your love of the game. If you feel like you're getting tilted, don't do it. And I'd say that's probably a lot of people's number one reason for losing. Maybe they've placed really bad the last 2 games, the last 5 games. And they're just like in this mindset, like, like it doesn't even matter, like my team is so shit. Like freaking solo queue, random suck, shoot is broken. What have you. So yeah, the 11th mistake you're making is that you're getting tilted. You need to stop that, my guy. At the end of the day, it's only a game, and the game is more fun if you take it lighthearted and fun. So, those are my 10 plus 1 mistakes you are making in Eternal Return. Did you find any of them useful, and would you like to add in a 12th, or a 13th, or a 14th? Let me know. And catch me live, probably right back now on Twitch. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Alright, until I see you on Lumi Island, happy Eternaling. Bye-bye. Nice! My guy, Lisa Gaib, Songbird.
No, I told you, man. I fucking love this guy. I love this guy.
How much does the forest core cost?
350.
350?
Yeah, 350.
Okay.
I think Aya's Sphere is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. It can be huge. Oh, up ahead, there's people.
I need to craft my shit. I need to rest. I don't have my health. Boys. Oh.
Cool.
That works.
Shit, she was standing in the way of my sniper. Or not standing. You know.
Wait for this for...
Yeah, yes.
What are we waiting for? I just need 2 trio of lives now.
I just need a Mithril. 4 score. I'm gonna go buy a Mithril.
Yeah, I can purchase blood soon, or I can purchase for Alonso.
You can save up for blood if you want. You just need 2 trio of lives, that's all I need.
Oh, I can see. We can probably find through.
Come on, let's walk. Let's not hyperloop anywhere. And on... Oh, no mind. Let's clear the hospital. Then we walk out of it. Oh, actually, there's a legendary crate coming, so maybe we don't walk out there. Then there's gonna be a legendary crate coming on the bridge.
That's good, that's good. Oops.
You know, I don't think anybody's gonna go here, so let's try and go for that crate, and then we retreat back here and get that other crate. And also go in
but
the...
there's probably another team up there.
I need to just give me...
Since we killed this one down here.
Yeah.
Pushek.
Thanks. Of course. I'm lying. You gotta hurry up.
4 teams remaining.
Watch out for the pesky shockwaves.
Come on,
Blood when we go back.
Blood Ripper's Taproot. I think this is for you, right? Someone?
Yeah. If it's health, yeah, give me.
You picked it up, yeah?
Yeah, pick it up.
We go for the second one, and then I can purchase blood on the way back.
Sounds good. Sounds like good.
Or maybe I purchase blood now and run over
Yeah.
there. It's better.
Yeah, I'm coming to you. I need to buy you. Chill.
Please be Widowmaker or Blood Rippers. Another Taproot. What?
You get it. Why not?
Nah. Like, I lose out 33% crit chance if I do that.
I need 10 more and then I can craft with the blood. 5 more. So let's not go into a combat or something.
I've seen a red petal.
Alright.
Here we go.
Nice.
Oh, I'm watching this.
Thanks. Of course. I'm
Careful about the bush up ahead.
I can scan it. Atnis, thank you so much for the raid. Can I get a shout out for Atnis? Or just stream Atnis? Hope it was a bot.
There's someone pushing up there.
Yeah, there is. Be careful about it. Oh, playing Black Ops 3. We're playing zombies.
get everything you need first.
Oh, Black Ops 3 zombies, what the shit?
Someone's in police
No,
station
it
as
really
well.
was.
And someone took the camera in fire station. So we'll be a bit careful.
Let's go. Before I change my mind.
Yeah.
We're sandwiched.
I can hand back, Isaac. Hand back. Here. You got here.
Just the beginning.
We got
You guys rest up in here.
Day 5, so that Lenny is not coming back no matter what. Okay, that. Hold on, I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry, you got an ad as soon as you read about this. How was your stream? Were you playing zombies?
You can probably go for this team, but remember there's another team.
Can I die, fuck's sake? No. Shit.
This is probably good. This is probably cool. We try to rest.
Yes.
Another one is also trying to rest. I think it is it Kenneth? No?
No.
Another girl.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Fuck, she killed me.
Then she's killing Somber.
I can't.
Who was it?
She fighted the ever-living shit out of me.
Who was it?
Sizzler. It was good, and I was. Hey, yo, dude, if it's something I miss about COD, it's the zombies. COD Zombies was always like peak for zombies. Or for COD. I always enjoyed that more than like the traditional multiplayer. Even if the
Yeah,
traditional multiplayer was fun.